In this lesson, we are going to examine a new feature which allows us to add flanges to this existing sheet metal part. Now, if you look at the property manager, so far we've been using a lot of edge flange features. What we want to do with this model is put a bend in this flange here and this one here. Let's take a look at the finished part. Notice the bend. So going back to our part, how do we do that? We're going to do that with a feature called Sketched Bend. So I'm going to select Sketched Bend, Property Manager opens, and I have a message of select a planar surface on which to sketch the bend line. So I do need to sketch a line here, telling Solidworks where I want the bend to take place. So I'm going to select this face here, and it can be the face of either of these flanges. And now I am going to go to my line command, and I'm going to zoom up on this. And I want this bend line to be 12 millimeters from this edge here. So I need to be careful that I do not snap to this midpoint because this is not 12 millimeters away from this edge. I'm going to make sure I select a little bit away from this and then draw that bend line across both flanges. I'll then apply a smart dimension of 12 millimeters. And you can see the midpoint and this sketch line, it's a slight difference between them. So you got to be careful not to snap to that midpoint. Now, since I created the required sketched line, or bend line as they call it, I am going to close out of the sketch, and the property manager appears. The very first window in the property manager is asking me to select a fixed face. This would be the portion of this flange that does not change or bend. So I'm going to select on this side of the sketched line. So I'm going to select this point here and notice the black dot. We have 4 choices for bend position: bend at centerline, material inside, material outside, and the entire bend on the outside. I'm going to leave it at bend centerline. You can also adjust this bend to be anywhere from 0 to 360 degrees. And notice we do have the standard options that we see on many of the other property managers of radius and bend allowance. I'm going to leave these settings and click OK. And there we have 2 new flanges using the sketched bend feature.